Final Pogba leaving from Rashford, he strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Oh, they went for Martial! Lovely touch by Fernandes. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What
a finish! Good night, everybody, and welcome to All United, fellas. Ragnick time drama. Right? Ragnick time drama. And I don't know, I just get a feeling. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. We were about a minute or so away today from this review being a completely different one.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
But I mean, that last minute link up play was so brilliant.
Wasn't that play by?
Yeah. Right? And we're talking about a key component, a key contributor. You know, this individual is known for his link-up play. But anyway.
Cavani, nah. Yeah, that'd be Cavani. Yeah.
Although we in top 4. You know, a big win. A big win. Right? And all I can say is, well, no, you know what? Let me just say it. I'm going to pay it here. Right? So, Kiel, thanks for joining, buddy. You know, tonight is a good night. We eating nice. All you're telling the tears almost run through my eye today and all, yeah. Anyway, how we feeling, Alia? How we feeling?
How else can you feel, man? It's like, it's a win. It's a last-minute winner as well, too. I mean, the scenes after that goal score, unbelievable.
True. And watch, man, it show how much that win and that goal meant to the fellas, eh? I mean, it's a clip circulating on social media with that last play, and you see all the guys ran to the corner flag. Watch, man, pause raiser, you know. Anyway, go through. Yeah, Phil, go ahead.
Nah, cause like, I mean, when you're watching the entire game of football, you're saying, boy, when is a goal going to come, right? 3 minutes of stoppage time. I just could not pinpoint on who will be our savior, right? But, you know, kudos to Ralf for throwing everybody onto the pitch. But everybody, I mean, you know, he's taking off Fred and putting on Martial and Edison Cavani, right? Because at the end of the day, West Ham were playing as a low block team. We had nothing to lose, right? So when the goal went in the 93rd minute, that is when you know, boom, 3 points and we move. We move because as I messaged you today, Reem, and I told you, you know what? West Ham are challenging for top 4 and Champions League for next season, right? They're a bit more organized and they're a bit hungrier than us, right? And I did not see the West Ham of this season playing today. Mikel Antonio was not the same Mikel Antonio that was being compared to Mo Salah earlier this season. The only shining light for West Ham today were, I guess, Kurt Zuma and also Declan Rice. But other than that, West Ham players were not the same. Jared Bowen, he just had a brace versus, I can't remember the last team West Ham played before, but he just had a brace and he was one to watch out for today. But he did 1 or 2 things good. But other than that, we were told this guy turned off his camera, had me speaking like a side man.
Reem, come down from there.
Jersey boy.
No, down from there. Come down from there.
Martial got the pre-assist, man.
Come down from there, Reem.
Martial got the pre-assist, man. So your man Reem is on cloud 9, definitely, right? But you know,
my apologies, Phil, for cutting your flow. You know, go ahead.
Man. This is Martial's moment. I don't know when Martial's next moment will be so for that right now, man.
Apologize, nothing.
I just fixing it. That's all. I could go ahead. I just fixing it, right?
Yeah, you fix it on camera, right? Right. Okay, sir.
Boy, but you know, after all the stick that Martial got from social media and Ralf over the last couple of weeks, it was good to see Martial coming on and actually making some sort of difference. As I mentioned, he got the pre-assist, right?
Correct.
So you know what? 3 points. We move on. I'm in top 4.
Yeah. Before Lion jump in here, let me just get some comments because we have some people inside and earlier, for Tony Martial's sake, I like the video now, like and share, right? Yeah. I want plenty of people see. All the people who've been hating.
Goodness.
Um, hey Kurt, good night, buddy. Thanks for joining. Curtin, thanks for joining, man. He's saying put some respect on Martial's name. All watch me. See all of that. Remember all I had it. So Curtin don't play to coming and singing nothing here, I remember you.
God.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
Kiel,
gonna be
Andre,
that kind
thanks
of
for
nice.
joining. Simeon, thanks for joining. Saying I just here for career. Hey, yeah, man. Don't worry, in time.
I'm all
In
the
time.
support tonight, boy.
Boy.
Tristan, thanks for joining, man. He's saying I don't know why we now start playing 4-3-3, Yeah. Good night, Dion. She's saying subs for your money, Tony, Eddie, Rashi. Yeah. I mean, Akida, thanks for joining, man. He said, Karim, wipe that smile off your face. Are we talking about? Watch me, it's real pain I had to endure, especially with this panel and all, Arun saying, what a match. My team had to make my birthday a good tomorrow. Yeah, hey. Happy birthday in advance, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, boy.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
KL
Take
saying,
it.
but,
Glad you get something to enjoy today. Yeah, that's be cool.
yeah, if it was 2 weeks ago, buddy, it was real pain.
Hell, hey, watch me. You forget they play on my birthday they play Newcastle on my birthday and they poison me.
Real sour.
Boy.
KL saying here, but on a real, that front four kill them, Yeah, that substitution where it's like Ralf throw the kitchen sink, he throw everything at them and he take off midfielders to play attackers, Yeah. Kurt saying, well, yeah. Watch me, I take blows from the comments from the panel.
Good boy, he want everybody said I said he want the smoke from everybody. Boy.
David Curtin again, we are play-by-play here. So
He made a detailed play.
And look who he put dead center for.
Let me go through it now.
Hey,
Tellez took it from Bowen onto Ronaldo. Look and decided that he needed to play to this player because this player had the ability. You understand, to make something happen.
He missed out one person though. If we go in detail, Tellez took it off of Bowen. It ricocheted off of Frederick's head onto Ronaldo, and then
onto Ronaldo. Right, so from Ronaldo there, with his years experience, he said, who to give it to, boy? I could play it across to Rashford now. You understand? Then he saw Anthony Martial in the tight space, and he know this fella have that kind of ability on the ball. He have that kind of IQ, that football intelligence. So let me play through to Anthony Martial and watch me. After Martial get our ball, the timing was impeccable. You understand? Any earlier?
If Martial had scored, what happened tonight, boy?
I tell you, this show that get postponed, boy.
Yeah.
3 points. 3 points earlier. 3 points in the bag. Yeah. Kurt saying here, Ralf played with 4 forwards there, very rare, but he had watch me earlier. We was going into an international break with a draw, and as we had said before, if this game draw, the mood, everything would have been different today. You understand? Jody saying, bless night, everyone. Thanks for joining, Jody. Great is the AM, and he shall prevail. That's what we talking about.
Man, channel, Patrick, man, in this.
And he said, please free Donny van de bench. Oh, God, ball here. Here now, Jody, I would have fight for Donny van de Beek today, but today is Anthony Martial Day, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no longer All In, All United. This is the Anthony Martial show. Starring Karim Liga.
Martial, boy.
Sylvian saying here, feeling like Ralf getting a feel for the balance this team needs. I was horrified at the lineup, but the way they played and were utilized was key. Yes.
He was horrified.
I think it's by Maguire.
No, I think he's talking about the balance. No,
later on though.
Yeah, he's talking about the balance. Right? Hey Joel, thanks for joining, man. Glory, Man United forever. You done nobody. Everson, thanks for joining, man.
No,
best game of the season this far. Ralf tactics coming in.
Yeah, that 4-3 made a lot of difference.
Yeah. Hey, Nick on the inside. Nico, what is he seeing?
You
I don't
muted,
mute your
bro.
mic there.
Anyway, finally I reached, boy. Good night, good night.
Yeah, we just seen.
Alright.
Watchman, make your apologies loud. Go ahead.
No, Lord, hey, he
Yeah.
started. He started.
That's not gonna sick.
Oh, you ain't hearing. All right. So as soon as Nico sort out, we'll getting back on the inside. Kristen saying why Ralph didn't make these subs earlier though.
Can't please everybody. Like
I
we
mean,
win.
it's
I mean, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying though, because we did make those subs in like the 80th minute.
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. But I think he's still learning a lot of the players and how they respond in certain situations. So I mean, let's see how it goes from here. And I mean, we have no game for 2 weeks, so you'll have a full week of training with the team week after next. So let's see what will take shape against who we play with as well. There's a couple games.
Pogba will be back.
Yeah, Middlesbrough. Yeah.
Pogba will be back as well. You know, so yeah. So fellas, let's get into the team sheets. I mean, Simeon say that he was a little bit horrified when he saw the team sheet. Right? But let's get your thoughts on the team sheet now. So Greg B, go through now.
I mean, honestly, given the situation with Victor Lindelof and having him breaking into his house, kind of influenced the position where Ralph had to pick Harry Maguire. So I know some people on Twitter saying they would rather see Phil Jones in the starting lineup. Now, I mean, it's good to see that these players are getting themselves back into a sense of form, and I felt like there was some comfortableness about the way everybody was playing. I mean, in midfield, it was a different shape. It wasn't the 110 and the 2/8 like before, and this time it was a 6 and 2/8, which kind of suits Bruno a bit better because he was able to get more freedom. And the front line of Ilanga, Ronaldo, Greenwood, you'd figure, okay, that's lethal enough to cause any team problems. So I mean, I was okay with what I saw from that as regards the lineup on paper.
Very nice.
Yeah.
See you disappear for a sec. Yeah.
He said he was having some sales.
Yeah, well, I would just give my thoughts on the lineup, and yeah, don't get me wrong, we all know Harry Maguire is right because Harry Maguire this season hasn't been that great. So seeing Harry Maguire in the starting 11, it makes most United fans kind of nervous because for the last couple of weeks we saw Victor Lindelof and Varane forming some sort of chemistry and partnership. And that made me feel comfortable. I don't know about you guys, but seeing Harry Maguire in the lineup today, it was like, okay, well.
You had to go back in the mode here, so remember?
Yeah, it's almost
last review was like this, because of
I was literally sitting on like this here today.
Yeah.
All the other times was like this here, but no, I had to say, and don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, I had to go back into a mode where I said, you know what, Harry Maguire going to give me at least 1 or 2 mistakes, Big Phil, so brace yourself. Right. So, but Harry Maguire performed well today, and I'll
Very well. Yeah. The team sheet. It's much expected. I mean, Ronaldo was a doubt, but Ronaldo was always in some oxygen chamber or something. So I'd expect to see him at some point. I didn't expect to see Cavani on the bench, though. But it was a surprise. And we had a lot of attackers on the bench. We had a lot to choose from today to put on. So that's what made Ralph throw the kitchen sink at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had the lineup was expected.
Yeah, I think I kind of same with Lion more or less, after hearing news about Lindelof, and as I would always say, Ralph, don't hide it, somebody else might have say, well, this person questionable or we unsure, just come out and say, nah, he play, so Ralph come out and say that, he say, Lindelof out, Maguire coming back in, it no toss up in terms of because Maguire and Jones going, man, man, that sit your head, if there are possibility we can see Jones instead of Maguire, but Ralph put that to bed from early. You see here, what the captain will be
I'll say
back.
who don't like it could bite it.
Right, the captain will be back, right, and again, as I would say, no surprises, and with the lineup. But still, good to see, that he continued to stick with Ilanga, because Ilanga had no reason to be dropped. But I mean, another day he might have said by West Ham, um, fighting for top four. Maybe a more experienced player, and we make that switch for Ilanga, but he didn't do that. And he stuck to his guns, and definitely I will give Ralph kudos for that today. Yeah, but overall, I think the lineup ended up as expected.
Yeah, Ralph hasn't shown any kind of indication, since he's here, that once a team does well the game before, that he'll change it for no reason. If Lindelof, I mean, I'm already start to hear what happened to Lindelof, but if Lindelof was here, Lindelof was starting.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
So when you see changes made to our starting lineup from other team that would have won the game before and performed, well, there has to be reason. So I was expecting the same lineup. The news about Lindelof broke, and that's why he couldn't play. And I don't think Ralph could have hide that anyhow, because the media broke it right after, and even his wife went to social media so I mean, I wouldn't really fault Ralph for being overly open with that admission. Um, I, I don't think though that we are attacking players, Greenwood and in particular Greenwood and Elanga, because it seemed that Ronaldo ain't gonna get dropped, right? I don't think that they covered themselves in much glory today, because I found that the front line was real disjointed. They struggle with West Ham, with West Ham's low block. So I do expect to see some changes, next game. Probably
Next Premier League game.
yeah, probably if Marcel's still here, he might start.
I think honestly, I think if Martial's still there, he deserves that start. I would say that.
Come
Yeah.
Nicole, I ain't here. Yeah, be heavy and
Lion.
right through.
Lion. Stop it now, boy. Stop it now. So,
You see,
so
the
then,
thing
so,
is-
so, so
the
then
thing is-
Rashford deserved to start. Then Rashford,
Yeah, but
because
no,
Rashford
no,
came off the
probably.
bench and
No,
scored in
no,
two
no,
games
no, no,
consecutively.
No.
Martial on the left and Rashford on the right. We might see that one of these days, right?
Because right
Because they-
now, as Nico said, Rashford stated in a bigger case because he has goals to his name.
They were saying,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
might
well,
go on
Rashford.
and play assist for assist, and he deserved to start. Jeez.
You see, and this is my issue with
Look,
Nico,
God, hey.
Nico and
Look,
watch the
Goody.
game to see the kind of impact and how that particular player that you're heavying down, how he changed the game.
Me
when
have
he
been
came
on
on. You ain't
nobody.
seen that?
I don't have been on nobody. All I saying is, I think in the last two games, Rashford has done more. Right?
All Rashford do is score 2 goals, 1 tapping and 1
No,
bullet.
no. He has looked very promising. He has looked different. He has looked more confident.
Let me
he has
ask you
looked more
something. If
looked
Rashford them
like
score
he
them 2
played
goals,
more
are we talking the
quickly.
same way?
Maybe not.
Right, so then
But he
Yeah,
scored
the
two.
point
But he
being
scored 2
Martial,
goals in
right?
2. So that is a big enough reason. He
but-
scored 2 goals in 2.
Alright, fair enough. I
I
guess
feel
I
right
guess
for
banter,
rotate though. I feel he go rotate.
for the cup game.
Yeah,
For the cup
yeah,
game.
No,
For the
well,
cup
for the
game.
cup game, but I don't know what he might do something in the league too.
Yeah.
That league, and
We have
you see
like,
Greenwood. Greenwood had a step up boy.
Yeah,
You know,
greedy
yeah,
boy.
take
Man,
on
the
that.
real greedy boy.
Yeah, Greenwood had a. I don't know if he just want he seen his name in the lights, and sometimes it's good to
Yeah.
play for the team, because look what
Right.
Cavani did today. Cavani could have shot for goal
Correct.
at the
Yeah.
angle, but
Correct.
all Cavani was
Our,
seeing at his
our next
team.
league was actually Burnley.
At
that's
Old
a
Trafford?
good game. Yeah, I will try for that. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Turf Moor. No, Turf Moor. We
Moor.
played them at Old Trafford already. We won 3-1.
Oh, okay.
Or that you give McTominay boss. So let me get into the game, right?
He lost
No,
this game today.
no. It's something I can't remember if it's Phil or Greg had said it, right? But I don't know. West Ham has been real good the season, and I was kind of surprised with the kind of West Ham that turned up at Old Trafford today because they look scared, right?
I,
Now
I don't. I
now
think
if
we were good too.
no, but when West Ham played all the other teams, some of the better teams in the league, right? West Ham were, commanding a
Lion,
certain level of control.
When West Ham played Liverpool and Man City, West Ham took the game to both those teams, right? That was not the same West Ham that showed up today. That
Yeah,
a
I was
weak
I was
West
That,
Ham.
But this is the
as
same
Lance
thing
said,
that
that
happened
down,
last
that down to
season.
us. That down to our performance.
Yeah,
Because
but
in the first
yeah.
league game, they were better than us, and the cup game, they were better than us.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So at the end
They
of
were.
the day, what changed? The only thing
Not
was
today. We
our
broke up a lot
performance.
of players today. We played well.
True.
We played well today. The
True.
midfield worked well today.
This was
Right,
actually the
so-
first. This is actually the first time that we actually played well in both halves.
correct.
Yeah,
Correct. And that's
yeah.
something that we was asking
See-
for quite some time, eh? So that was real good. That was real
See-
And
good.
I tell you that
here's
was
the-
coming. I tell you that was coming.
See, here's the thing with the way West Ham sets up is that they know that basically that every time that team comes to Old Trafford, they tell themselves, all right, sit back, put up a low block, hit them on the counter, and grab a goal and go your way. That's the kind of method that they were relatively coming with this time again because it's proven that it's worked in the past. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ralf changed up the system, and clearly they didn't expect that United would go at the levels that they were going at, pushing them to the two, keeping them on the back foot a lot. You notice the way that we restricted West Ham from getting forward a lot. They had what, like
Correct.
one shot on target whole game?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
That
And
says
that
a
was
lot
like
of the
a
way.
fluke. That shot was like a fluke. It wasn't even a direct shot. So
Yeah.
we really kind of shut them out too.
Yeah.
But you
So-
realize how a lot of teams play now is their centre backs, hold the ball and they set the football so the midfielders could move into position and the attackers could move. So we were pressing their centre backs so they couldn't even settle. And there were a lot of West Ham gave away the ball a lot from the passes coming from the back line. So I
Yeah.
had to credit the team on that press and that kind of intensity because West Ham couldn't settle. And
Exactly.
that played a part on this in the kind of psychology for the West Ham players. So they were always on edge.
Right.
Even when they played the ball back to Areola, we were pressing their keeper. So West Ham was never able to settle the ball. And I really liked how Fred and McTominay, kind of managed the midfield because they closed down players. I always used to watch some of the better teams, and every time our opposition player had the ball, you'll see 3 and 4 players kind of gravitating to kind of close them down. And I saw that I saw that a lot today, and that was kind of pleasing. Now I know, the technical side of our midfielders not really there. So it's like when we get the ball, what we're gonna do to break down a low block. But I think kind of throwing West Ham off their balance and off their game, was key to us trying to, impose ourselves and do something. I mean, albeit that we wasn't really all that either in the attacking sense, but in terms of control and defensive solidity and stability, no complaints.
Yeah, I think what surprised me the most, right, and it was throughout the 90 minutes or 90 plus minutes was the aggression in the midfield. I cannot remember the last time I have seen our team play so aggressive, to try to win back the ball, wasn't being bullied off the ball. This is the first time in years, all year. I'm not talking about in games or in matches, in years. All the time we was always depending on.
Scott was trying to win it back. Bruno was trying to win it back. Fred was trying to win it back.
Exactly.
And like
That's a team. We
But
played like a
here-
team.
here's the $1 million question, Nico. How often can we see this? Are we going to
Wow.
see this against
Wow.
Burnley?
That's the
Yeah,
question. That is the question.
We trying to get a side of consistency here,
Correct.
right? So we had to see because that's the only midfield we have. Well,
Yeah.
Pogba will be
Pogba
back,
coming back.
but other than that, that is the only players we really have to play with. So these players have to be consistent.
So
Well, they
Nico,
can't
And I think
Nico, when you finish,
Yeah.
I'll go through the comments. Go through Nico. Go ahead.
no, I was saying is I know Phil was asking if we could be consistent, but from what I seen is that is the intensity Ralph wants his team to play at. So for us to revert, that will be a real backward step, because I have seen us kind of building to this now, especially, let me say, from the Aston Villa game, right, which to me, we should have had those points there. And you saw this building up now. So for us to revert now, that would definitely be a calamity. Yeah,
What I admire is the players locking down on players now. Before, let me say on that Ole, we used to sit back and wait for the team to make a mistake.
Yeah.
But now the players just aggressive and they lock him down. Like if one man have the ball, sometimes 3 players on him.
Yeah.
And this is what I like to see.
Yeah.
Two things. This is the best I've seen our defense, and our goalkeeper had nothing to do today. That's how good we played.
The hair can have a super
Yeah.
steady. Let me just get some comments, right? Arun saying here, you will not believe this, but I left home around the 65th minute, streamed on my phone till the 89th minute, and then data started sticking.
Boy, I
Wait.
know that.
Pain.
A man carrying flow with some dreams, man.
Kid saying here, Ilanga is a very intelligent youth. He showed some of the seniors how to defend as an attacker. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ilanga
but
was
he
solid
really
today.
began back and
Nah,
front.
Ilanga was solid today.
And I find the improvement in our team coincided with his inclusion.
Yeah. Can't take that away from him at all. He really maturing with the minutes he gained. Everson saying here, Fred brought the energy as usual today. Harry was safe and aggressive. Yeah. I thought
Just,
Harry was. Go ahead.
I want
Nico.
to just touch on this before we move on. Again, as much as Fred had the energy, right, which is something that we're gonna lose when Pogba come back, because most likely Pogba going and swap for Fred, straight in. But it's the bad passes from Fred that be killing us, but still too much errant passes. Harry Jed is a football player. If Chef was online, Chef would have say, Jed, all you had to do, which he does always talk about Bayi, take down the ball. Sometimes it's you alone. No pressure.
Nico,
pressure
you see
on you.
that?
And you just heading back the ball.
Nico, you
can
see
just
that?
Take down the ball.
You see
Jed,
that?
Harry,
That gave me
what's
so
that?
vexed, huh?
And it's you alone.
And
you just
he
inviting
alone
pressure
was
back on
to
the
head out the
team.
ball. And
Yeah,
once
you
I
alone.
see him chest down the ball. Once.
Yeah, that's it. I see Ronaldo during the game telling him, Jed, you doing so.
Yeah, I see
That's
that.
it.
I see
Take down the
that.
ball.
But I feel
I
it's
think
a confidence thing, It's a confidence
confidence.
thing.
I was saying the same thing. I was saying the same thing because at the end of the day, you look at what's happened to the last few times when he had the ball, he dwell on it. He's always been kind of like somebody that they tend to target. So he tells himself, prevent better than cure. Get up the field and let me see if we can get something.
Nah, dog, but now you're a football player. You're supposed to be a top football player. You're supposed to be taking on a ball. There's nobody on you. Nobody. Fred does sit on the ball in the middle of the field with 3 men on him.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something,
I think
Greg.
it's confidence.
Fred's skill level is different. Fred's skill level is different.
Let me ask you
Nah,
something, Greg.
dog, nah.
Let me ask you something, Greg. You think, because, yes, Nico pointed out a issue that I think everybody agree with here, right? Because even Phil message man say, Reem, okay with Maguire. But
Why?
the defensive line stood out. Maguire made some key interceptions, some key tackles. I thought he was good today, right? So
Yeah,
do
he
you
was
think Lindelof comes straight back into the team?
Honestly,
Yeah.
that spot is not secure. So Lindelof has every right and every chance to come back into that team. This game does wonders for Harry's confidence. We can't take anything away from that. But at the same time, you still want a level of stability. And between the two of them, Lindelof is more or less the better ball playing centre back at this point. So it's a safer bet to have Varane and Lindelof as a back two than right now with Harry. I mean, kudos to him for having this game today. He was safe. He did the necessary things to keep himself out of danger, keep the team out of danger. But that was always going to necessarily be an issue because sometimes, you're not always going to have that opportunity to get forward. So you have to just kind of utilize it and be a little bit more composed on the ball. And I think at times that's what's lacking.
A little, just to go a little bit off topic, but not off topic in terms of the defense. Dallo, your position is secure.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
boy.
course.
Yeah. That'll
Come on, hey, he grabbed that, huh? He grabbed it.
But Phil, knowing how Ralph does operate, and I think I made reference to it earlier. Once a team win, he can change the lineup, right? Do you see Lindelof walking back into the team next game?
That's a good question because I've seen Lindelof's confidence grow when he's next to Varane, right? As Greg B said, this game did wonders for Harry's confidence, right? Do I see Ralph bringing Lindelof back into the first team? I'm not going to say yes because he's going to probably play Harry Maguire and Varane again because you're only as good as your last game. So our defense was pretty good today. So why not just start the same back four for the next game, right? Against Burnley or whoever we have, right? Victor Lindelof may come into the cup game. The cup. When is the cup game? Is that next week?
It's the 4th of February, I think it is.
Will everybody be back? Will everybody be back then?
How far are Ivory Coast going in the Cup of Nations? Are they still in it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're still in it.
Okay, well let's say Ivory Coast will get knocked. You something else, boy.
Why you so?
Let's say Ivory Coast does get knocked out. I definitely want to see Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof in the back four for that FA Cup game. But in terms of Victor Lindelof walking back into that starting lineup, I don't see it because Ralph has already named Harry Maguire as his captain for the rest of the season, and you don't
Much to your dismay.
I know, right? Don't get me wrong. All this season, I don't think Harry Maguire was captain material, but I'm taking this one game at a time. If Harry Maguire can put in these performances from now to the end of the season, I'll hold my hands up.
Here's the funny thing. Before we go any further, Reem, I know everybody loves to slander Maguire right now because of the current form that he's in. But let's not forget, prior to this, we had a very good defensive record with him in his first 2 seasons. Yes, he started off shaky in a couple of games, especially everybody loves to slander him for the 6-1 against Tottenham. But throughout the remainder of that season, Maguire was immense in the way that we played throughout there, getting to a final. Playing, having a good run, staying away unbeaten. Maguire was in that back line for the majority of that season. So it's not like this is something that all of a sudden, his true colors come to light. He's a crappy player all of a sudden overnight. These things tend to be a matter of form, and sometimes games like the Liverpool game can really throw off your confidence in the worst way. So I think that this is probably maybe the first stepping stone for him to really get back his confidence. Not saying that he's going to get back into the team immediately and is secure. But for him as a player going forward, this will do the kind of wonders that you will need. Because most players will need games like this to really reassert themselves to feel like, all right, I can really handle anything coming from here on in. This is a start. He ain't guaranteed anything, but it's a start.
I remember myself and Nico, we were talking about the centre-back pairing. And, we were really liking how Lindelof and Varane was complementing each other. And we were fearful that either might get injured because it could have affected the longevity of the partnership, right? So, I believe Harry coming in now with the performance that he has displayed today, together with the Mafia, right? I look at how much they want, right? Because the Mafia want an Englishman to be on the field.
So,
right, and
question.
all they needed was the opportunity for it to be justified. I tell you, I ain't seen Maguire getting job.
How much all they feel that Maguire set up the break on Lindelof?
I was telling somebody there, I say, Maguire sent gunman by the man home.
You see what I mean?
Y'all men are terrible, boy. Well.
We learn from the best, Phil. You.
Surenchetu, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. Thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying not Chaitu, okay.
Yeah.
Right, he's saying not impressive. Plenty work still to be done. Definitely reckon Declan Rice will be a good buy. Well, let's talk about Declan Rice today.
Well,
he showed some good performances.
I still on the back burner.
He ain't no 100 million, but damn.
That's my problem. That's my problem. The price tag for
Declan Rice actually played well today. He actually
he would compliment any midfield.
Yeah,
he would come in our midfield and look like rubbish, but he would come in our midfield and look like rubbish. I telling you.
But that
If we
that
pay,
guy,
if we
that
pay,
guy,
if
that
we
guy
pay
scored-
100 million for him, yeah.
better than what we have.
the
No,
guy
but I
scored-
think I agree with Greg. For him to come for 100 million, that pressure could be too much, and
Yeah,
he will play
sure.
rubbish.
Not telling you.
Declan
Yeah.
Rice, but I like him. I like what I've seen. I think he will he will fit into our team very, very
You know,
well.
if we offer Lingard and Donny Van de Beek to West Ham, that price will come down. Trust me.
I for that. I for
But
that.
Donny not the type of West Ham player, man. So he
Well,
ain't
we more kind of using Lingard.
Lingard
But from
free
where I understand,
still.
from what I understand,
Yeah,
Lingard
yeah.
might be on his way to
for
Newcastle.
real, for real.
At the end of Lingard there.
Yeah, for real.
Because I hear 12 million bid coming for Lingard with Newcastle.
Yeah, well, if they take that, he going for free. They ain't getting nothing, you know. David Clinton saying Harry had once in a season top of a wicked boy. So if it continues, if not, you know, it's tough competition in the centre back role. But true.
That's why I want for the team.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need good competition, right? Jody said it on a few occasions where the slip pass was there for Ronaldo, and the players decided to shoot.
Yeah.
Mason Greenwood.
There are
Yeah,
few
that's his
others
player.
too. There are few others.
Yeah, Bruno too.
Bruno.
You know,
Ever Ronaldo, that's correct.
Dalo get one. Dalo get one of the dregs.
Hey, could choose
That's-
violence,
that's
boy.
people
Could
shoot.
choose violence, boy.
You know?
Could choose violence.
me studying Kate.
Man, bypass the comment.
James Nick, thanks for joining, man.
Big up, man, like James.
Oh,
man.
James.
Yeah, man, loving the house, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. Kurt saying Burnley game would be tough. Yeah, Turfmoor is always a rough game, but I think we starting to see some shape as Nick was always, you know, saying
It's in a corner right
doing.
now.
We see what Rashnick doing.
As we read in the comments there, I just want to give a shout out to a friend of mine who's listening from New York, Alexandria De Leon. She's a huge Manchester United fan. She's born in London, but she lives in New York currently right now. So she told me she just gave you guys a shout out. She says love the job you guys are doing.
All right,
Yeah,
we
send the
appreciate
comments,
that.
man. Send the comments.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Andrea De Leon. Greg?
Yeah, Alexandria.
Alexandria De Leon.
Yes.
So big up yourself and from All in All United. Thanks for your encouragement. Ever since saying Nico Greenwood needs to bench, not step up.
Damn.
That's common though.
Nah, but Greenwood had to get a little more hungry. And when I say hungry not to shoot, but to play the team game.
Yeah, the
You
team.
understand?
He had his decision making needs a lot of work because there are instances when you know you're in a better position where somebody's free. You wanna make the hard decision and try to shoot in a tight space. We know you have a good shooting foot, but oh gosh, man.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is you had to take pattern from players like Cavani. Top players like Cavani, and they've seen that pass. That is where we started to develop, being able to see that pass.
Yeah. And know when to shoot and when to pass. Because I mean,
Exactly.
sometimes they're gonna need to be selfish, right?
Yes.
Kurt saying here, West Ham wasn't scared today. The difference today was this: we started a little faster and took the game to them. Yeah, we were pressing better today and winning the balls. Yes, that's correct. Kurt. Simeon saying West Ham didn't pass well and we pressed better up front. Ilanga was very good at getting back, as mentioned, and Ilanga nipped off a couple balls off Kufala. Kufala had a poor game today, boy.
Yeah. Much pressure.
Yeah, Jody saying first time in a long time my goalkeeper was like, yeah, telling you.
Yeah, boy. Watch
Telling
man.
you.
Long time.
All he was I be sharing some shades and he good.
Yeah,
Long
watch
time I
me.
see that boy.
The hair was on track to win the player of the season, the player of the year for we, you know. If
I'm
more games
glad,
like this
boy.
continue, somebody else will get it.
I'm glad for the man, yes. I'm glad for the rest for the man today, boy. Good.
Yeah. Hey, chef on the inside, man. He's saying our defense was extremely impressive, even our club.
See what I'm talking about?
My- Chef, he was missing that composure, chef. He was missing that composure. But all right, he wasn't bad.
Not
One-on-one
entirely.
duels.
Not entirely.
The one-on-one duels, I find he handled it very well today.
All right, so we ain't gonna read no more chef comments, right? Chef on the inside. All right. Simeon saying here, I think Dallo was more of an attacking force to make up for McTominay and Fred being more defensive. And that's a very good shout because even before the game, Ralf was talking about the qualities of his four defensive wide players. You know, he was saying Tellez and Dallo more attacking, but they had to work on the defensive game. And vice versa for
It's
Shaw
true.
and
It's true.
Wan-Bissaka. You know, but I even thought today that Dalot was very, very good defensively. You know,
Yeah. Tell us on one too. Tell us
yeah.
wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, he had the traditional moment where he was caught out of position, but there were instances where Tellers really kind of showed more defensive muscle.
But the thing about Tellers, earlier, in comparison to Shaw, for some reason, he does no show on the field because he just irritates you with the little things he has been doing. Right? But for some reason, you don't see no Tellers on the field. No? Tellers just go about doing his business and doing whatever he had to do.
Yo, what I don't like with Shaw, Nico, what I don't like with Shaw will be on the left flank. And instead of Shaw releasing the ball to you, Shaw will walk up to you with the ball.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
give you
Yeah,
the ball. I
boy.
think
Listen,
that's a brilliant pass.
listen.
That's irritate me, boy. I'm like,
I'm
That-
telling
why
you,
not pass the ball? Why not pass the ball to me from 20 yards out on the ground instead of you trying to run towards me? You have
Sure.
1 yard between me and you give me the ball. What sense that makes?
Exactly.
That
Sure
pisses me
does-
off, boy.
Shaw does give off this real kind of dumb blonde kind of way. Good night,
Yeah,
good night,
so-
good night.
Good night,
Terry.
yes.
Well,
Yeah,
chef,
buddy.
how you
So that one
Yeah.
thing with Tellers, you do, you know, I mean, he playing, I didn't even realize he played, unless when he playing a nice ball or, you know.
But
and
the thing is
defensively
with
doesn't
him,
have much issues
Nico.
with him.
The thing with him, Nico, is that Tellers has
It's
a
that
moment
one
where he
foot.
gets predictable. Yes, that is it. He too one-footed, and a lot of people will be like,
And
"All right, you don't
chop
stand
up,
off him, stand off him. You go in and
Yeah.
cross the ball in the box, and people will just mark off the man who you trying to cross it to." So
Yeah, we have to
He's
let him have
only
to do
chop. That chop too. You have a chop when he was
Yeah.
coming.
what you get with in
Good
Portugal,
at
he ain't with you.
Man.
But still a better fresh air for me.
Yeah.
I taking Tellers over Shaw any day. Right now, you're seeing the difference our wing backs and them bringing to the game. No top team doing nothing in football right now if you don't have wing backs who giving you defense as well as attack. And that's something United has been missing years now. Years
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You can't be a fullback, reach half line, and instead of you maybe dribble and go forward, you looking to pass back the ball to the goalkeeper like a dummy. That is nonsense.
Before Dalot, the last attacking right back we had was maybe Ashley Young and then Antonio Valencia, maybe.
Yeah.
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 And Valencia wasn't even a right back; he was a midfielder that could converted into a defender.
Yeah.
Right,
Make sure.
Mr. 1 foot himself.
David, just saying here, good night, fellas. Good night to you. That was the first game where I felt we controlled large portions of the game. West Ham only had counter-attacking chances.
And very
And I
limited
think,
ones also.
Yeah, and I think we kind of established that that was the game plan. They come to Old Trafford to play counter-attacking football.
Yeah, well, that is it.
But that is
Beyond-
normal. That is normal, David Moyes, actually.
Yeah.
He was today, to be honest, there was a little more brave today. Because normally Moyes has come like a deer in headlights, and we just beat him off. Today,
true.
today he had a little more belly. But Dad, I know I wasn't there from the start. Me and Lionel tell you, ask Lion. I message in the group and say, but why Manchester trying to convince me today there is a team so?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Telling you. Manchester. I sit down here. I said, Damien, I know you was sick for some days and you was on drugs, but like you're going mad now. But this can't be man. All you watch Manchester play today?
Yeah.
Right, but Chef, I tell you last episode, United players, when they are not busy, they tune into All in All United. I tell you so last episode.
Yeah. I agree. Anytime we bad talk them, let us play. I tell you, I watching Harry Maguire today and I'm closing my eyes every time that ball go near him. And I'm watching him taking time, he making proper tackles. I said, this man, I don't know now, but
Somebody cuss him up.
Well, no, that was
You
competition too.
You feeling guilty for sending the gunman too, so you have to.
it will be interesting.
You see captain of Manchester United and you on the bench, and you're not on the bench because you're not coming back from an injury or because of form. Nah, something had to shake up in you.
That's
But it is going to be very interesting to see the team after the international break,
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah.
because you have a lot of players coming back in, and then the god himself, Pogba.
Yeah, he coming back with a fresh new haircut.
I want to say something, and I say it again. I find Martial should stay and fight for his key position.
Hey,
Watch him,
you see,
hey,
look, watch this,
Listen
my
to
don't
why
friend.
I
start that. Don't start that.
Don't do that.
listen to why I'm saying that.
Don't do
Listen to
that.
why I
You
say
see where you
listen.
stand there.
Listen to
Chef, now
Mauricio.
you
Listen to
say that, chef.
Mauricio.
Now you say that, chef.
Listen,
All right, Chef. All right, good.
listen to Mauricio. Our two main strikers is 36 and 37.
Mhm.
So them fellas and them basically out of Manchester in a year or two. So then that would, and I talk about strikers.
Well,
That will
one we
leave
have
us
a
with
few
two
months,
really,
like
um
2 3 months
mm,
again.
and who
Cavani
we don't have
leaving.
anybody else really,
Yeah.
Chef. In fact, we're not road there.
It would
The
mean
man
then
make, the man make
we
up
had to
his
go
mind.
we had to
You
go
know,
and look for a striker.
yeah, but we had to do that because the man already
Boy, let
made up
Martial
his
stay
mind.
there.
The man make up his mind to go, so just as maybe Cavani at the end of the season. You know what I mean? If you gotta go, you know?
Watch him.
Yeah.
Oh
Boy,
gosh.
chef now pour gasoline over the fire, boy. Jeez,
Yeah,
boy.
hey, chef. Yeah, poor guy sitting and going. Boom.
Yeah, boy.
Eat a Maguire.
Start back at that and move out like innocent.
Let me just get some money comments while he trying to get
You
himself
got
sorted.
real comments in here, boy. Good lord.
Yeah.
Is that spicy shot there?
Yeah. People want to come in and sing praises, man. Doing saying here, blessings flow, good night, good game. Yeah. No doubt. I think Sancho had a death in the family, son. He's still kind of,
Yeah. So you get some time off bereavement.
Yeah. Davindra, he's saying everyone talks about how much times Ronaldo saves us, but what about Cavani? Man saved us last season plenty times and at least 4 games this season. Yeah.
It's true. That's true.
Going in the season so much. Wow.
Yeah, Everson saying here was executed. Was
excused.
Excused.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Executed? What?
No, I
Martial
thought he was
gets
talking about how Marcel executed the pass now. My bad.
I tell you, come down from there.
Good saying here now, our wing backs put in some crosses on both sides, boy. Yeah.
In some instances, too much. In some instances, too much.
Simeon saying like the corner returning.
It's
Just
in
for that
I don't know.
those-
like 20 photos and zombie.
Hey, as I said that apart that mind game, I joked the other day. You see how we had this record, how we ain't score from our
from
corner.
a corner. Yeah. set
Yeah.
piece.
My brethren told me, he say, hey, you can't ask any United players to go and sell drugs on the block, because we can't hold our corner at all.
Boy, Shaw and tell us it's so true, boy. The man have no right foot at all, boy. It's like the man got a left foot and nothing else.
Walking sticks.
Now, but all I really feel Wan-Bissaka have a way back in this team. I mean,
Boy, almost like a day is done, buddy. Done.
Dalo had to get injured for him to come back in that.
I feel so.
Exactly.
He's covered for Dalo right now.
we
We don't be the same content by Dalo house.
Look
Look
at
at
hey. Stop encouraging this violence out there, though.
Boy, like just chose violence tonight, boy.
let me put it like this, right? The thoughts of Iron is not the thoughts of All in All United, right?
You had to put that disclaimer across the screen like you had the scoreline running now.
You know. So guys, before we continue, right? We just get a word from the sponsors because we're getting sponsored now earlier.
Ah, boy, you're making it dance.
Yeah, Pro Grove Collision Center, right? The services offered auto body repair and refinish, muffler repair, replacement of auto body parts, windscreen replacement, quotation for vehicular repairs, etc., you can contact 317-2599. That is 317-2599 or 721-7368. Right? And it's at Aripero Village, Rusilla. Yeah.
Nice. So we do thank you, sponsor, and here we're gonna do right. I'm gonna put the sponsor on a spot. So if I go by, Pro Glow, and let's say I'll watch All in All United, I might get a little discount.
For sure, man. For sure.
Yeah, we could work out a little promo code or something like that. We could talk to.
Spend too much money to send my car there, boy. I don't send my car to see.
Yeah, you understand? You come and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me just get back on the comments here. Jody's saying here, as for AM9, I like the energy and intensity he brought as well, but he brought something else, Jody. He brought control. You understand? Gregory. He brought control.
I'm going to reserve my comments on that. So there you go.
No, I mean, we gotta get Jackie Jacket. You gotta get Jackie Jacket. The man came on and he played for the badge. He was, as Ralf would have asked of him, all I needed to do is be professional as long as you are at United. That's all I want from you.
Yeah,
and
but
to me, that is what he did. He came on and he played for the badge, and
I think that's only fair. Yeah, you at this club, the people believed in you enough to bring you here, and they trust in you. 7 years. You're supposed to be probably one of the senior men around here.
Yeah. And while he being professional, I still think we should highlight how he changed the game and how he impacted the game. Nico, go through.
No. You see what happened is again, right? Again, we could beat this point. We could beat this point, because what I would have given Ralf respect for, and I would have told him before, a player like Jose would have frozen out Martial until he leaves. Right?
Jose wanted a man going so far.
Or maybe 2-3 months down the road, then you might see Martial resurface if the transfer didn't go through. But Ralf say, all right, the water under the bridge, right? And
bringing the jersey back in
to make a difference on the field.
2,
and he
1.
did make and he did make a difference.
I think it's the fact that Ralf not there too long, and he just want to get everybody a chance. And hopefully these players, the new manager coming in, to get a chance to see that. Even if Martial say he leaving, he still has a chance to stay and be with the next manager. So I think that's why Ralf not too hard on him.
No, but I don't think Marcel wanted that. I don't think Marcel even wanted to play under Ranick. Marcel wants to leave.
No, he wanted to leave since on that way.
No, but what I'm saying, right, is all I'm asking for from the manager is consistency. That's all I was asking for, right? And in the earlies, I didn't see it because there were more players that asked for a transfer out, and they were making the team and they were playing, right? That's all.
Here's a twist.
Marshall play before Danny, yes?
Here's another twist. Here's the next twist. Ralf doing that to raise the man stock so he can get a better transfer fee.
Nah.
Yeah, watch me. I was studying that too, boy.
Nah, Ralf
all that part of the business, sir. All that is part of the business, sir. If you want to sell a player, he had to look good.
Exactly.
So why don't you even get a shout? I was playing Danny in the goal.
Dan,
you spin on the goal?
I don't know. Whatever Donny do in Manchester, he did well, boy. Because there's not nobody on here at all.
Nah, Donny stock will drop, boy. So that that something when you put them on the stock my rise, Donny stock will drop.
So they can't play.
They can't play.
He can play against Middlesbrough, man. He must get. If he ain't get to play against Middlesbrough, well,
hey,
you know his career over.
Lion, that man get when Pogba come back.
No share something. When Pogba come back, that would mean somebody in the current team had to come out.
Most likely,
more than likely, that is probably Mata. Or Donny.
You talk about men on the bench. You talk about at least men on the bench.
On the bench, I'm talking about.
Mata making the bench.
Mata making the bench again. Mata even make the bench today.
Yeah,
Mata was on the bench. He was on the bench.
Mata was on the bench.
You sure?
Yeah.
Mata was on the bench.
All right, well.
But it's like
Mata
Mata
ain't seen
know.
that team again.
It's like Mata know he just day until he could leave. I don't think
Why
Mata
would
really.
that sell you in January?
Mata just did a collect a paycheck. He's like a Caribbean government worker, just
Boy.
going to work, doing nothing, and then coming
Manchester,
home.
I think Manchester United must be done get here. Tell him, listen, you gonna be either on the coaching staff or a club
Ambassador.
ambassador. So just relax yourself.
Yeah,
I think he already
yeah.
is
So you
one.
walk. So after you retire, you have a walk. So just
Yeah, you
behave,
safe.
and you'll come back and you'll go and try follow the team and go with them on tour.
He inside like first time.
Yeah, yeah. Simeon saying here the fact that we didn't put on a more attacking midfield, which is normal, but just throw on all strikers. A
Yeah,
midfielder,
but who we
sorry.
had the pawn, boy? We had
Donny.
the pawn for the attacking midfield.
That is
No,
not
no, no.
Donny.
that
Let me
But
that
Fergie used to do
statement,
that
that
in
statement,
Real game.
Players. Let me talk.
Fergie used
No,
to do
but
that in
that
Real game.
statement,
Don't do that now.
that
Now, we
statement
used to
is
do
not
that.
really true. If you think about it over the years, let me go back to Fergie. When we
Nah,
need
you
a
know
goal,
saying?
Fergie used to throw on all strikers.
Watch that. Sometimes Berbatov,
Rooney,
Rooney,
Tevez,
Tevez. Sometimes we put in
Ronaldo.
4 strikers.
Of
Yeah,
course,
we used to do 4
that's a
strikers.
normal thing.
Watch
That is
man.
when you're doing that. That is when
A
you're going to the
classic
jugular.
example of that was the
Yeah.
game. Yeah, a classic example of that was the game against Liverpool in '99 when we played them in the FA Cup, and they was leading throughout that whole game. You see Cole, you see Sheringham, you see York and Solskjaer on the pitch at one time, you know.
Yeah,
Scholes come out
that
for the other
happens.
time.
When
Actually,
they
no,
go
Scholes
That's
was
a
to
still
the
on the
normal
pitch
game,
thing.
too. Yeah, but
When I
yeah,
see,
it was.
Fergie even threw on Federico Makeda of all people back in the
Yeah.
day.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
and,
think
and then
that was more injury related than anything else.
and think about it. If you say you're gonna put on a attacking midfielder, who you was gonna take off
Yeah,
to put on
exactly.
that attacking midfielder? It had to the only substitutions
Fred.
could have been in the forward line.
The only time we could have gotten away with putting on a midfielder to grind out a win was the days under Mourinho and Moyes where we have Fellaini. Because when Fellaini came on the field, it's just direct. It's just direct
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
from then
Route
on,
one.
right?
Route one.
Find out front, is it? Find out front, is
And it
it?
used to work.
So fellas, we had this discussion about 2 shows ago. We were talking about top 4. But as it stands, we in the top 4, right? Now I know other teams have games in hand.
Games to
but
play, yeah.
we know as well that games in hand is not 3 points, right?
Nope.
Right? That's just how it is. So yeah, so sometimes they can't count the games in hand, even though we have 2 games in hand, right? Anyway, but have your thoughts changed about how we're going to finish the season, seeing that 2 wins on the bounce and we're in top 4, right? That kind of working with some other teams dropping points as well. How you all feel about our finish now that we're in top 4? You all feel we'll hold our position, or you all just
Consistency, boy.
You're not seeing
Consistency.
it.
Feel too early, boy. Feel
Consistent.
too early.
Yeah.
You're too early to really to say
Yeah.
that. We gotta make
Yeah,
it top four.
there's a question you could ask probably end of February, early March, right? All we
Yeah.
gotta do is take it one game at a time, as Nico said,
Yeah.
and as Chef said, consistency, boy, right?
And look
The
at-
same,
look
like,
how
like
much-
and let's go back earlier. The same Harry Maguire we saw today. Are we going to get that Harry Maguire for the rest of the season? We don't
Yeah.
know, right? But I'm going to say this right now: if we put in a performance from now, like we had today to the rest of the season, then top 4 could be on.
Agreed.
No,
That's what
because the reason why I asked is last review I remember Cave was on and Cave say he write off the season already, right?
Yeah.
So I know as games go and things happen, we tend to change our points of view on how the team will fare or where we finish. So after 2 wins we're in top 4. So that's just to show you how the football going.
Plenty
and you
games
can't-
to go.
Yeah, and plenty games to go still. So could we finish top 3? Can we finish top 2? It's not out of the world, but
It's
we
not
can still,
out
but,
I
it doesn't mean that we can't finish 7th.
I
Right?
still think that our best route into the Champions League next year is to win the
It's
Champions
the
League
winners.
this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Nah,
We should. We had to do to win that. We have to do business.
Yeah.
We can't go into to try to win the Champions League with this midfield because it wouldn't work.
Boy, I'm gonna
But
tell you something.
who we could sign that's not cup tight?
But yeah,
Let's have players available. Let's have like
In January?
Zachariah, available.
January.
Still looking like them waiting for nobody now.
Well, it's our players who free in the summer, and if you give a little fee, you're getting them.
Yeah,
Right?
but
Because if I'm going-
I saw you were talking about we have to sign players this January transfer window, not
Yeah.
in summer. Summer long.
Yeah,
from
well,
now.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got
But I
that.
don't see.
At least
I
that
don't.
one
You don't
more
have that
free.
kind of players available right now in January,
Nope.
But that's Zachariah.
especially with a week to
Bayern
go.
going for that boy, Lion boy. Bayern done putting a bid fee.
Like for who?
Well, we let
Zakaria.
Zachariah.
Okay.
Well, we let some players go.
But
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Bayern don't need Zakaria. That's the worst part. You know, they don't need him.
That's the thing.
Tell them
Yeah,
that.
well, they just flexing their muscle and they know United Bayern Munich.
We
Who you know?
That's how they do.
We can't buy Frank Kessie because Frank Kessie's cup tight. If we're talking about January, then that's a no. But if we're talking about summer, then that's a yes. Then
Yeah.
But I think Tottenham looking at Kessie.
Serious?
Yeah, Tottenham
Yeah.
looking at Kessie.
They bought a
that
double
was
try
one
already.
good
That would be a
that's so
backward
funny.
step.
That's so funny
Backward
because
No,
Spurs,
but
Spurs
they might
looking
make
to
top four.
Spurs looking to let go and Ndombele to PSG.
To PSG.
And Kessie and Ndombele are somewhat similar type of player, right? So what that don't make
And
sense.
from what reports have
Yeah,
been
that's
telling me
right.
too, from what I've understand, that apparently they agreed a deal of 24 million for Adama Traore from Wolves.
Oh, that was recently?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Okay.
that was total.
Yeah, but he just
Yeah.
gonna change that shit to oil up himself.
Air tune AC Milan. If you want
do
everybody, send Frank Kessie our way. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Well, they want Eric Bailly from us, right? Swap.
Send Frank Kessie
Yeah.
our way, and you can.
But he will be
Kinda
free in
hacker,
summer unless we try to get him now with that kind of deal anyway.
That is it.
But the conversation flowed exactly where I wanted it to go in terms of transfers, because we're talking about where we could finish, but you all see that, you all think the team is good enough to finish strong. I mean, we know we're talking about consistency, and we have
You
not
see,
been
if we
consistent.
played this way,
It's a toss up.
and this is what we keep on thinking about Manchester, is the lack of consistency. But if this team play how they played today, how they finish off Brentford, this team could give trouble. But we just doesn't know what we're gonna get from them.
I saw some consistent performances of Leadership.
See that?
But the question is, right, do you all think that if we do go into the transfer market, because I mean we have what, like a week again, or a week and a little more, it doesn't look like we're gonna sign anybody.
I don't see us.
Right?
I don't see us.
But-
Still looking sort of.
But you all
I
think
think-
if we don't sign nobody, we could finish as strongly as we want to?
Yeah, I honestly don't think that is our focus right now. The transfer, if we're looking at transfers, is for summer. It's not for January.
But
I
the
think the
intent-
fact that Ralf is the interim, I
Yeah.
don't think they're looking to sign anybody because
And
they
that-
don't want to sign somebody that the next manager may not be willing to keep.
Yeah, but here's
sorry.
my thing
Remember-
with that though. I just kind of get upset with that because I've seen many clubs sign players before they actually have a permanent manager. A lot of the players that Aston Villa had.
I don't remember
Currently,
United
right
was
now,
a business too.
Well,
No,
that's
but
it.
not,
Just
but,
a football
but
club.
not only that. Remember this too, right? Ralph is going to basically pick who is the next manager.
Yeah.
So
He
he
helped
could
them.
be.
So all the more
he
reason
would
why
be-
they should be allowing him to sign players because he know who he want to probably find for the right
But
fit.
the manager might know on that.
That's
This
what
is why
exactly.
this is why Donny's staying, because he might want to bring in Ten Hag.
Hey, if Donny
Yeah.
can make it in front of Fred and Scott, Jed.
Just
Yeah,
to
we're real
piggyback, and just to piggyback
we're
off
real
of what Lion said, right? Let's say we do bring in Ten Hag. If within the first 5 games Donny don't get any start, that means Donny career done.
That is the.
Yeah,
that is
no,
the-
This is the man
Yeah.
who
That's
developed
done,
Donny.
but then at United, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
that's
move
what
on.
I-
Go back,
Because
go back to
if
Holland.
you bring in any coach that developed the man to become a football player right now,
And the man will give you
and
no
he can
start.
even make it under him in a different team, no, yeah, that's it.
They
That's
know
it,
he's
press.
not good enough for the league.
That's it, press. Yeah, that's it, press.
I
Yeah,
think
and
Pogba
that
coming
plan-
back into the team could also be like a new signing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
At
let
the
me-
right time and too.
Yeah.
So let me pose this to you, right? We've been told that Ragnick will come in he will interim for 6 months, then he'll go upstairs and he will have a big say on who the next manager is. Now I don't know if that was just to teeth my head, because
No.
because hear me out, chef, right? Because certain things not line up. Because if Ragnick want to set the club in a particular direction, and he would be the one, who would have a big say in the selection of the new manager, then why it is they wouldn't trust him, based on what Lion was kind of suggesting, why they wouldn't trust him with getting the players in now, right? Why they saying, well, probably the players that Ragnick will want now may not be the players that the manager that they're going to install on a permanent basis may not want. So I've seen a kind of disconnect, in my opinion, with what they're telling us in terms of the role and function Ragnick have and the actions that preceded it.
Reem is a real conspiracy man,
Yeah. That conspiracy is bad.
Reem looked like he was one of them say that COVID vaccine must be an implant to track me,
Yeah, Reem is one of them man. She have to
He going real deep there, man.
Reem is one of them man that wake up at 3:00 in the morning and go and write on the board and then go back.
No,
He know the true meaning of the matrix.
But
still,
I understand where you're coming
sense.
from.
Yeah, definitely.
I understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
But the talk is that by March they're looking to make an agreement for a new manager. So I guess business will be done earlier.
They're going to make that
And the same
announcement.
as that toss-up between Pochettino and Ten Hag, though.
Yeah, so
why we only talking about Pochettino? Oh God, don't let me cuss now.
Chef, take a deep breath.
Yes, I want them to come
PSG leading that Farmers Day by how much? 15 points?
And they're still in like the man.
I could go and coach that side,
you could go there and coach PSG and win the league.
My 3-0 niece could coach PSG and win the league.
I want to see how Pochettino is going to do against Real Madrid in the Champions League on both legs, and then maybe we'll see.
The next thing you do, and Mbappe score
versus
Tell me what in Pochettino so impressive, boy. Well, he goes for it.
I don't know. I just think Pochettino might get it over Ten Hag. I
feel a pushing for him now.
Pochettino is our next yes man. Pochettino work without a budget at Tottenham and take them to the Champions League final. He could with
yeah, but what budget Ten Hag got? Ten Hag just rooting people from the youth system. I just saying, you know what? You're first team, boom.
But Phil, not Holland, them beat some team 18-0 or something.
And mind you, Pochettino beat Ten Hag in that semi-final. So that's another thing they could say they have over him.
I don't know.
Or they're gonna Solskjaer beat Pep Guardiola, beat Klopp, and about 3 other managers that are top.
For sure. Yeah, the natural people. But I don't know, but I'm a Poch come to
my preference is Ten Hag. I've been a fan of him for the last 2 to 3 seasons.
I think everyone's preference is Ten Hag.
Yeah.
But I
think Pochettino will.
He believes in Martial, Phil. What do you expect?
No, not that he. Wait a minute, here. I believe in Martial. That we talking about. No, but my thing is.
No, I tell him, Phil, you believe in Martial.
Oh, okay. No, but what I'm saying, right, is I looking at the kind of owners we have, right, and I really think
that's the point I get in that.
Our owners better than Ten Hag. That's all that's why I go in with Poch. Not necessarily because I prefer Poch over Ten Hag.
But then Ralf is there in that director position to be the guy to go to, right? What sense of hiring Ralf if you're not going to consult him on who will potentially take Man United back to winning ways over the next 3 to 5 years?
Consultancy isn't exactly a final decision. You could consult someone to make a decision, and they could still make the opposite decision. You could tell them to do A, they could still end up doing B.
Correct.
Well, and that's what it is.
My medical might as well hire me.
Take the red pill. Take the red pill. They will still.
No, but I don't believe it because I also believe that the bring him there is a. I believe what they bring Ralf to do is a lot more than just first team football. It's to change a lot.
There's an overall development of everything. Yeah.
That's why I keep on saying he's not going to be the manager next season because he know he have a lot bigger things to do for Manchester.
Yeah.
Let me just get some comments here, guys. Mickey Rampasad, thanks for joining, man. He's saying good night. We finished second last year. We had City on hold to pop their champagne. Why it can't happen
Mickey,
again?
Mickey.
Too far back
Let's
to
stop
that,
it
though.
now.
Yeah,
Let's
come
stop
on.
it
Yeah,
now.
man.
Stop it now.
Dan, oh, can this be smoking?
Darian said here, we need to win at least 10 games again to be in top four and not lose no more than 3 games.
All
70
right,
points
Albert
should be enough.
Einstein.
Quick
The
maths,
man
boy,
probably
quick
doing
maths.
maths. The man doing maths.
Yeah,
The
he's
man doing
mad.
maths.
It's
Yeah,
mad.
but boy, that is some hell of a maths.
He put it down in a copybook. It's mad.
Joey saying I'm not studying transfers right now. We have a deep enough squad to get us through the season.
Exactly.
We just need
I
to
would
take
Jody
it
there.
one game at a time.
Yeah.
I just don't want us rush and bring in no player to listen. While we on the talk of transfers, while Curran go on here on my phone, you know what was my Facebook memory today? Alexis Sanchez playing the
Oh,
piano.
gosh, boy.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
And
That's
then
my
he
current.
tells my phone,
Watch
you know.
me. That is my current win, chef.
Watch that. You really play that piano.
The best thing Alexis
That-
Sanchez do is
that
sell
was
it
the
Arsenal
only
fans
time.
about it.
Yeah.
That entrance.
Actually, no, well, the assist
Was
in the derby
bad,
too.
you
Let
know.
me give him that. Let me give him
Yeah, that was one of the best intros I ever
Entrance
saw.
announcements.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, when the announcement come on, I message all my Arsenal partners and them.
It's
It
like,
was
he's good
so
laughing
happy.
at all of them, you know. He's good
You see
laughing
when he
at them.
pull the shirt and he blow the frost come out him out. I say, everybody dead.
Yeah,
It went like about two people
But
down.
let me be real, right? We get sold the dream, right? We was dreaming
Yes,
that
we
Alexis
did.
Sanchez would have come and we'd have get this baller, you know.
Yeah.
John Paul saying here, Ralph has shown he is not backing down to pressure of players, and and fellas realize it's time to stop their nonsense and put in their shift and play football.
Yeah,
Nico.
and I will
course.
touch on that. I will touch on
He
that.
know that-
What
he like that, too.
Bruno football? What Bruno football change all of a sudden?
Nah,
Because why?
Bruno back to being the proper footballer.
Yeah, because on that only way I tell him just go there and work your magic. On that
Yeah.
Ralph is right. You have time. You have direction in terms of what you're supposed to do. Right. I don't want that long ball. You're trying only time that's not working. I want you to stop it. Right. That is working against what we trying to build. You need to stop it.
Yeah, he's starting to look like his old self.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He retaining possession, he recycling possession, he making the runs. Is that different, Bruno? Ralph,
Yeah.
you know, well, we know how I feel about Ralph. But, all right. Just like how we feel about Marshall, I feel about Ralph.
Wow.
See here, watching how this team moving over the last few years will have you wearing tinfoil hats. Why are half the players on our squad even there? No logic here.
Yeah, right. What a player should have been gone.
Yeah, well, Nico believe that Ralph here to fix that. So let me see how it
Now I
goes.
see.
Yeah. Jody saying here, true Greg, the government was told not to close down Petritrin and it still went ahead.
Let's get political in this place, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it, boy.
Boy.
Then if we don't have
Some
that job,
examples of that here.
Red
Yeah,
pill, blue pill, boy.
waiting on my back pain.
Gosh, boy, like that.
Hey.
The views of Jody and Ian doesn't reflect the views of all in night.
Disclaimers needed, yeah? And there's disclaimers,
Say-
copy and paste. Eh? So,
Yeah. Jody saying, chef, take your time. I don't say we going 16. Oh yeah, remember all that Jody went out. Jody, we still where you put your money where your mouth is, eh? All right.
2 down, 14 more to go. Yes, wait.
So fellas, I mean today was a good day, you know, not only result, because you know I am a kind of performance and result person, you know, so not only result wise, which is very, very important, you know, don't get me wrong, but performance wise I saw a lot, you know, a lot of promising things, you know, in terms of how the players responding, you know, the manager showing that medal name matter, right? And that's based on his comments with on the whole Ronaldo thing from last game. And I mean the media tried to blow it out, but I liked how Ralph handled it. So I am optimistic, and I really hope that this is not the optimism after the Crystal Palace game that can get smashed with a disaster class, right? But the more time that we see the players work with Ragnick is the more we see in something, taking shape. So probably it had to break down to rebuild, and the breaking down process is the ugly process. So let's
Yeah.
see how we going forward. Ralph getting more time with the fellas. They have the players have no choice but to buy into his philosophy. So let's see. Anyway, so closing thoughts, fellas. Let me go through Greg.
I mean, I think you kind of pretty much took the words out of my mouth there. This is something that will take place gradually. It's not something that Rome wasn't built in a day, as we all like to say. You have to give these things time to be integrated, time for players to adjust to the different systems. Who can make out the door, and hopefully going forward, we see a bit more consistency in this team. We know we've been saying that on numerous occasions, and everything just fall apart like a deck of cards. But let's just hope Ralph know what he's doing and know to pick the right players to fit the systems to play the games that he wants us to play, and we get the best results. This is the one game where we saw the carpet actually matching the upholstery. If you ever buy a car in your life, and this is what you wanted to do. You wanted to feel like this is a win that was earned. Today was a similar case of that, and long may it continue.
Yeah, Lion.
Yeah, well, I just hoping to see us play like we played today and even better. We need to create more. But I guess with the confidence we build now, well, especially from this victory in the last moment, and we know what we could do. I think we are going to be stronger opponent and put some fear back into some of these teams.
Yeah. Phil?
Yes, there's still a lot of people messaging me saying that Cavani's goal was offside.
Oh
And I'm
gosh.
like,
Of course not.
Hey, I bet it's Arsenal fans. I
I'm
bet
like,
it's Arsenal fans.
Them
it's quarter past 9 my time, 10 o'clock your time. You're still messaging me about that here.
Yeah.
Let's move-
That one hurts.
let's move
That
on.
one had to
I
hurt them.
bet it's Arsenal fans, ain't?
Yeah,
Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans. Oh my gosh, boy. Anyway,
Tell the Arsenal fans study Granite Xhaka can't stay on our field to see me live.
our Thomas Party, idiots fly Thomas Party out of AFCON just to get him sent off in a semi-final. But anyway, closing thoughts. I think this was the game we were asking for. Have control of not one half but both halves. Right? There are times where we were looking terrible in the first half, but then we made it up in the second half, and then vice versa. Right? I just have the $1 million question has to come on from me again. When will we put in these type of performances game after game after game after game? Right?
Correct.
I would take
Good
this
question.
type of performance from now till the end of the season, right? Even if it's just a 1-0 win, I would take that. But we move on to Middlesbrough and Burnley, and let's see, man.
Yeah, Chef.
Yeah, I just want consistency. I just want the team play to the potential. I want men to play for Manchester United, heart and soul. And Dan, you see the way them fellas celebrate when we score today? That is the club I love. That is how players who play for the club I love supposed to be getting on every game. So once we could do that till the end of the season, man, I real good,
Chef, I'll
We
get
will-
a good
we
memory
will
to
do
go
it.
back on with. I'll get a good memory to go back with. Remember on our Peter Avenue, FA Cup final. Lingard scoring in the last minute. You remember we
Yep.
counted now, boy?
Of course.
that was
Of
that
course.
today.
Of
Boy.
Good
course.
that hurt me today. A ball.
Listen, when you hear my voice, my
Yeah.
neighbors, I barely have a voice, but my neighbors and them hear me scream when we score today.
Watch now. My neighbor's a Chelsea fan, and watch now. He hear me yawn, and I hear him stoop through the walls. I was like,
Yeah,
that was-
the celebration today was almost up there with when Spurs scored 2 against us, and then we came back from 2 goals down, right?
Yeah.
That was a big game, yeah.
Today really was a special day. I really hope today is the start of really what is to come for this team.
Yeah.
Before Nico take it, John Paul, he said good show, guys. Great discussion as always. Best night. Thanks again.
Blessings, brother.
Take care, brother.
Mickey saying have a blessed night, guys. Stay safe. Same to you.
Mickey, when you gonna smoke, I want to come on to that.
Joey said, anyway, fellas, have a blessed night. Catch you on the 4th. Have a wonderful 2-week break.
Blessings to
4-0
you.
Yeah, easy,
win
Jody.
for Man United.
Good night.
Yeah, and Jody watching we from on work. Guess for the commitment, buddy. Thanks for that support, buddy.
Yeah, man. Blessings
Can't
to
fight
you,
that.
boy.
Can't fight that.
Yeah. Nico.
Yeah, again, as with everybody else, my voice I know get sore today with that one. You know, I was off the chair with that goal today, and I guess that's really taking us into the 2-week break on a high now. You know, I think we can be comfortable in this 2 weeks. You know, all right, like that's how weight off we shoulder now. Because if you did even the draw, you know, we'd have stayed like, oh God, we missed out on our 2 points today, and you know, you had a little weight on your shoulder, watching up the table. You know, but we did what we had to do today, so you know, we I mean that pressure off. And then to gauge for me, right, in terms of how we play is when you want to go back and watch over the game now. You know, I think the Brentford game, I could look over that game. You know, the game today, I could look over that game. I
remember the last 10 minutes.
No, but I just see reels.
Months.
Yeah, sometimes reels watch over them games. We playing crap. We stress. My pressure, my pressure, and my vein and my with the bus so stressed out. And Reem they still go back and watch them game. And he just said, Nico, watch over that game. And yeah. But I feel like if I could go back and taking these over these next 2 weeks, taking those few games. So I guess for me, that's a sign of improvement. That's a sign of things changing. And hopefully that is a trend, we could keep on with them. Because even today, let me say even the performance today, if it happened at job, we'd be like, we could maybe we're gonna look at could I do better with our header, another nice chance. Maybe Fred could have picked a corner, put low and hard. We know, when you play football, when you play high up, keeper could take it easy, if you play low and hard down in the corner.
Maybe Marshall could have scored his chance.
Maybe Marshall, but we can't blame him because the ring rust.
Violence.
Because here I tell him I was free as a bird. But I gave him that. We could have look back on all these things now. But for me, looking like we're going somewhere, and as I always said, I will continue to say until the wheels break off. Is I believe in Ralf. Yeah.
All right. And the another positive to look forward to is the fact that Pogba go and come back. Pogba know he have a point to prove, and Ralf was real cheeky in his press conference when he was asked about Pogba because he said Pogba have to play for suitors. You understand?
Yeah.
So we know Pogba coming back with a point to prove, and that can only benefit Man United, whether he sign or he leave. We know we will see. Hopefully, we will see the best of Pogba in the next couple of months.
Don't feel that no big set of clubs looking for Pogba. You don't have that. It have clubs. But you don't have no big set of clubs want Pogba.
Because you don't have no big set of clubs looking to pay our wages that Man United could pay. And if Pogba do what we know he could do, Pogba might get them wages and he might stay.
Correct.
But maybe to his detrimental, yeah. But I just say.
What about Raiola? What's the latest on Raiola?
Who cares? With the evil ass.
Sweet.
The man in ICU, man.
Nico, just run the disclaimer for a minute.
Views expressed by the.
These agents and them have no heart,
I asked that for business reasons, but.
Okay.
Them agents and them, boy. I had a guy agent, yes.
Hey, watch me, Chef. I saw the little video you do on with Chief. That was a good man.
Thanks, brother, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So you got a little advertisement there. All of this man is a big chef. The man could cook. The man can handle the story.
Pretty much everybody here know that.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so guys, thanks again for joining. Chef, Greg B, Lion, Marcel Cavani, Rashford, Phil. Thanks for joining myself and Nico on All in All United. Thanks for all the views. You know, all y'all that stood in the comments and was, supporting and sharing your opinions. Remember that we're also on YouTube, so you can check us out there, like and subscribe, right? So y'all can keep up to date with our weekly content. Yeah. So have a good night, fellas, and you all on the comment panel thing, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Listen.